Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony X Morning Show. I'm Tony T. On the show today, we'll have a pick here for you on the NFL, the college football bowl games, and the card here, 9-game card here from the NBA. No NHL and college hoops today, but we'll get you the picks for today's games. And as always here, we'll say hello to Rod, and then we'll get right to the picks because we don't mess around here on the Tony X Morning Show. Rod, what's going on?
No, not too much, Tony. Not a bad day. I went 2-2, so I paid a little bit of juice. I got a push on the Hawaii game. I had the 3. And it finished right at 3 in that one. I thought Hawaii was going to lose that one. Oof. They let Oakland take the lead there, but they came storming back, forced overtime with a late foul and hit both free throws. We would have got the cover, but he made that free throw late. He made one of those last 2, and they won by 3. So got a push on that one. It happens. Yep. A loss. So on to today's action. As you said, no hockey, no college basketball, but definitely a nice slate of NBA action again. And we got another NFL and a couple college bowl games. So definitely not a bad slate for today's action. And then tomorrow really kicks it off on the weekend where everybody's back in action going. So,
back on the ice, college hoops and more. We'll have a huge weekend of action. We just got through 2 NFL, so we saw 14 games on the board in the NFL, including the one tonight. So let's take a look at this one here. Seahawks and the Bears, life still for the Seahawks is still in play here. Of course, they didn't help their chances last couple of weeks, but they were hit with tough schedule. They're facing teams that they're north here, right? They've had the Bears, they have the Packers, and if they've had the Vikings, they get the Bears here on the road. Seahawks favored here 4. I'm seeing a 4.5 pop up at a sharp book offshore. Total 42.5, 42. What do you see, Ron?
I mean, I'm looking at this one and you look at what Seattle does on the road, and they actually score some points on the road. They're averaging 27 points a game this season on the road. They've actually played the better football on the road than what they have at home this season. So for me, I like the over in the first half. I think you look at the Seattle offensively, as I said, scoring 27 on the road. This first half total, I see at 21.5. I think we can get over that number. This Bears offense definitely been moving the ball as well. They just haven't got the wins. Last time out, they definitely didn't look good at all in that one. So expect a little more effort here from this Bears team. And look what the Bears do in the first half. After playing a division game, 2-0 to the over in the first half. Off a loss against the divisional rival, 2-0 to the over in the first half. So give me the over 21.5 here in this first half. I think we see some fireworks to kick off this NFL game tonight.
All right, I'll tell you what I think about this guy. I think the short week changes everything for me. I'm going to go under in this one. I just don't see the Bears, the dead team, how they're going to approach this. Also, a coaching staff with turnover. I just don't see much happening on this Bears offense. Seattle's defense has shown some signs here. I know they played Minnesota and Green Bay. Those are really good teams, good offensive teams. Now they're playing a Bears team with horrible offensive form. You look at their past 3 games, 3.5 yards to carry, 6.1 yards to pass them. All the Seahawks want to do here is get a win and get out of Dodge. That's really all they want to do, keep their playoff hopes alive. And I just look for an under in this game. Again, short week is the key here in this spot. With this, again, you have turnover with these coaches, and it's been chaos here with this Bears team. We saw it with the Jets when they turn over their coaches with the young quarterbacks. It doesn't turn out very well. And again, and you look at the numbers here offensively for the Bears. I just look for the Seahawks to lean on the run game, lean on that defense. It has shown sparks, has played well. But again, when you play Minnesota Green Bay, it's going to spike it up a little bit. Against a team like this, I think the Seahawks defense is good enough. They're a healthy team, by the way, when you look at their chow ratings, very healthy coming into this game. The Seahawks defense has a high rating of 92.3. The lowest rated team, the lowest rated unit right now is the Bears offense, 81.7. So you've got a healthy Seahawks defense facing an unhealthy Bears offense. I think the Bears going to have trouble scoring points here. And, of course, factor in that short week. That's what I'm looking at, the key here with my under. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show as we get ready here for college football. 3 bowls here on the slate. We'll go through them here with Pittsburgh and Toledo. We see Pittsburgh laying 7. Total sits at 50 points. Rutgers and Kansas State. We've got Kansas State favored 7, total 52. We got Arkansas State and Bowling Green. Then this one, I think this is our only game outdoors here, unless they're going to open up the roof in Chase. I'm not sure, but still shouldn't be bad weather there in Chase Field. Arkansas State, we dogs here. Bowling Green, 9, and we're seeing 8.5 now, total 54. Just a quick peek of the weather. We do have 2 spots where they're in domes here in Chase Field, and it shouldn't be bad weather there in Arizona, even if they open the roof. And of course, they're playing in Ford Field in the first game. And the other game here, the last one will be played in Montgomery, Alabama. That looks like a clear weather spot as well. So it doesn't look too much weather impacting these games today. Rod, we start with you.
Maybe more weather in the Bears game than anything else. Windy and a little bit of touch of rain supposedly in that Bears, but it's windy, the windy city. So expect the wind in Chicago, especially this time of year. Probably cold too, but it says rain. So.
It's not cold enough. It's 44 degrees.
No, exactly. Yeah. It's seasonal above seasonal warm for Chicago this time of year. But looking at these matchups here, you look at Pittsburgh taking on Toledo. We're looking at it first, and you look what Pittsburgh's done over their last few games. And defensively, definitely, it hasn't been good for this Pittsburgh team over their last 3, giving up well over 400 yards of offense and allowing 31 points on opposing teams. And then offensively, they just haven't been able to match that. So total yards average about 341. It only equates to about 17 points a game. And this Pittsburgh team has question marks on who's even going to be starting at QB in this one. So I think I'd have to take the dog in this one. Take Toledo plus the points. I think it's a lot closer game than people think. Pittsburgh's won on their 3rd QB rolling in this one, so it could be tough. And as I said, that defense hasn't looked good over their last few. And you look what Toledo's been able to roll up. I think they can score plenty enough to keep this game close with Pittsburgh. Looking at the other one, Rutgers and Kansas State. I think I got to go with the dog there again. Rutgers, scrappy bunch. I think this Rutgers team can keep it close with Kansas State. I just don't trust Kansas State. We've seen 4-8 this season. We've seen them at times. They just haven't looked good. So give me the 2 dogs. Give me Toledo plus the points, Rutgers plus the points in these bowl games today.
All right, so I have 2 on those here. I'll look at the I'm gonna look at the dog here with Toledo plus the 7. Rockets defense played well down this season. Also on the road, their closing form has been good. Holstein's had the issues with his injuries with their foot. If not, we're looking at a red shirt freshman, David Lynch. He's thrown 4 passes. I'm sorry, he's thrown 7 passes this season. Two of his 4 receivers unlikely to play here for Pitt. So keep an eye there. But I'll definitely be looking at the points here with Toledo. I'm going to lay it here with Kansas State. I just don't trust Rutgers' offense on the road. It's been struggles here for Rutgers on the road. 3.3 yards a carry, 56% completion rate. Wildcats have a pretty good defense. Now, this is the team that did not meet expectations. This Kansas Wildcats. I think they were amongst the favorites to win the Big 12 this year. They took 4 conference losses, which is to me one of the more disappointing teams, if not the most disappointing team in the Big 12, because there was such high expectations here with Texas and Oklahoma leaving. They felt this could open the door for Kansas State to kind of take control of this conference. They didn't do it. But still, I just think of Avery Johnson and company. They're just too much offense here for Kansas State. I just don't trust this Rutgers offense here in this spot away from home, and the quarterback accuracy has always been an issue. I'll look at the laying the favorite there. Arkansas State and Bowling Green. I like the over in this game. We got Connor Bazelak. He's 4 years of starters. I think 1 at Missouri, 1 at Indiana, then 2 here with Bowling Green. Looking at here at this bowl game played in Mobile, it'll be 60 degrees, light wind, 8% chance of precipitation. Bowling Green said their transfers are going to play in this game. That's been the talk here. Arkansas State expected to have their starters available in this game, but the Redwoods defense has just been really bad. I mean, you look at some of their numbers away from home, giving up 257 yards passing, 8.5 yards per pass attempt. Teams are rushing for nearly 6 yards a carry. I just see an up and down game here. A lot of offense with 2 quarterbacks that had experience. Jalen Rayner, 2 years starting experience for Arkansas State. So we've got some experienced quarterbacks, some questionable defensive play, and some offenses that could put up some points. So I like the over there, Arkansas State and Bowling Green. All right, let's continue here on the Tony This Morning Show as we turn our attention over this NBA card. We go down to 9 games on the board. So we'll start with the Thunder and Pacers here. We've got the Thunder on the road, 5.5, total 227.5. Hornets and Wizards. Hornets 4 on the road, total 226 on 226.5. Heat and Magic. We just saw this one not too long ago in a wild one. We got Magic 1.5, total 208.
Yeah, and you look at this one. I'm leaning to Indy at home. They definitely picked up their play of basketball. And OKC's definitely played a lot of hoops over the last couple weeks. So I think Indiana getting 5.5 here. They've won, 5 straight basketball games. 6 of their last 7 games. This Pacers team's definitely been hooping. So is OKC. Give it to them as well. They've won 7 of their last 8 as well. And head-to-head, this will be the first meeting this season. You look at what happened last season, and it was dominance by the Pacers. So I'm going to take the Pacers plus the 5.5 there in that matchup with OKC. And then Charlotte and Washington. Yes, coin flip. I think you got to go with the I don't want to lay 4 points with the Charlotte team on the road. So don't trust them. Washington, tough spot here. I'll take Washington plus the 4 in that matchup. 2 out of those 3.
2 out of those 3 from Ron. I'll tell you what I think about these games here. I'm going to take Indiana here plus the 5. They're in a really good recent form right now. With the Thunder, very good defense, but the offense not the greatest. Right over the past 5, we saw that in that Milwaukee game, right, where this is where their weakness shows. It's kind of like a better version of Houston team where they get by a lot on rebounding and defense and hustle, but sometimes the offensive numbers just don't follow through here. Over their past 5, 43% shooting. 30% from 3. Pacers playing at a very elite style of play right now. They've covered 5 straight. I'll take them plus the points there. Hornets and Wizards. Yeah, I like the Wizards when they were in the first meeting. I'm going to take them again here in this spot. Charlotte's shooting numbers are just really bad. I mean, you just cannot. I just can't back a team that just can't shoot the basketball. Look at their past 5 games: 42%, 25% from 3. At least the Wizards can make threes. If you leave them open, they'll make a shot. So I'll take the Wizards here plus the points in that one. In Orlando Magic, man, the Magic, all they do is, you look at that box score and you need a who's who to see who is playing there. Guys like Trada Silva and company, and they still get it done. Still gets it done here. Incredible, this Magic team. Again, you got to top it off on the coaching. This is the coaching here. And Miami, this is a team that just underperforms. I like the coach, but man, it's starting to hurt your reputation because these Miami teams of late have not looked good, man. Butler wants to move, wants to get traded, and the truth of the matter is he wants out before the trading deadline. Get me out of here fast. So there just doesn't seem to be a lot of things hit a boiling point, I think, over here in Orlando. Remember, it was Jimmy Butler who threatened to get in a fight with Sprosta a couple of years ago in the huddle. So there's some issues there. Magic have covered 12 of 14 at home, and the Heat having struggled shooting the threes right now, and they're giving up a high rate of threes in their past 5. I like Orlando in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony This Morning Show. Next up will be Bulls and the Hawks. We got the Hawks 6.5 here, total 242.5. Nets and the Bucks. We got a lot of red there, so we got to look at the injuries there. We got the Bucks here, 10.5, total to 13.5. Rockets and Pelicans here. The Rockets on the road, 8, 7.5, total to 20.5. Let's take a look at some of the injuries in these games because I got a lot of red all over my screen here for this set of games. Let's see, where's my NBA starts here? NBA, where are you at? Here we go, NBA starting lineups. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, trade Butler to Cleveland. That's what they're looking for.
Trade Butler to Cleveland. Hey,
yeah.
Ooh.
In OKC, Holmgren we know is out. Caruso will be out. They just gave him a big contract, so now he's out. Turner is questionable there for Indiana. Nesmith remains out for Indiana. And the Heat game, it is Butler questionable. Rozier hits as questionable. Richardson out. Boncaro, Wagner out for Orlando. Harris is questionable. Didn't matter last time. And the Charlotte game, man out. Miller questionable. Bagley, Kuzma out for Washington. Sarr, Coulibaly, and Carrington questionable. The Bulls and the Hawks here. Ball doubtful. Gideon Dosunmu questionable. On the Hawks side, Okungwu, Zeller out. Trae Young and Bogdanovich questionable. So there you go with that Atlanta game. The Houston and Pelicans, Brooks is out. Easton questionable there for Houston. On the Pelicans side, as usual, Alvarado, Ingram, Metkovic, Zion out. Although Zion, I think, is going to start practicing soon. I heard that. And Murphy and Green questionable. So, and in the Nets and Bucks game, this is the one that had a lot of green all over my screen here, and it looks that way. Bogdanovich, Thomas, Watford, Williams out. Simmons, Finney-Smith are questionable. These are two rotational players questionable for Brooklyn. On the Bucks side, Livingston, Johnson out. Lillard, Giannis questionable. Middleton probable. So there you go. This is your big injury game. On over to Rod.
Yeah, those big three are going to play for Milwaukee. That's why this line's at 10.5. I think they're questionable. Yeah, they're going to play there for the Bucks. I would lay the 10.5 for the Bucks. Looks like they're trying to bait you into the Nets there in that one, and can't do it. Normally, I would like to take the Nets, but they're just starting to gather up the injuries, and it's just too. I think at this point, it's become too much. So give me the Bucks there in that one. And until we actually see some improvement from the Pelicans, I'll take the Rockets. I know the Rockets on the road, they've played their best hoops at home all season, but I think in this spot they can win by 10+. I'll lay it with the Rockets in that one. And I like the over. We know the Bulls don't play a lick of defense whatsoever. This line's at 242. I think Trey plays in this one. That's why this line's at 6.5. So not a lot of defense play in that one. Track me. Give me the over 242.5. Bulls, Hawks.
There we go from Rod. I'll tell you what I think about these games here. I'm going to look here at I'm going to take the Bulls plus the points. The Bulls here defended of late here last 5 games, allowing just 43%, 29% from 3. Looking at this one, Atlanta's failed to cover 10 of 50 at home. They've been a very bad home favorite. Just can't trust them there in the home favorites role. I'll take the Bulls plus the points. And looking at the what else we got here? We've got the Rockets and Pelicans. You can only look here at the under in this one. I think the Rockets put a really good defensive effort here on this Pelicans team. The Pelicans are not in really good shooting team form over their past 5 games, just over 43%. And the Rockets, again, they just get by on defense and rebounding. They're not a very good shooting team themselves. So that's the thing with the Rockets. Also in this Nets game, I'm just gonna lay it and with Milwaukee. Rod says Nets just too many injuries, and they traded some guys. And we know Schroeder was traded. They're looking to trade more guys out of here, and it's just again the Nets shooting numbers are just dismal here over the past 5, 41%, 31% from 3, and giving up nearly 50% shooting over that span. Milwaukee. The reason we've seen them improve a lot has been their defense. They've got the defense tightened up over there in Milwaukee right now, and that's been the difference. So I'll go ahead and lay it in that spot. All right, let's continue here. Let's see. If Houston is bad, what does it make Pelicans? Yeah, it's worse. That's what it makes them worse. That's really what it does. I'm not saying bad. It's just Houston is a bad offensive team, but the rest of this game is pretty good. I mean, sometimes we get confused. Basketball is more than just offense. A lot has to do with rebounding, defense, positioning, as well as free throw shooting. That's really what a lot of it is with the NBA is. And I know a lot of people hammer these bad defense shooting teams, but really a lot of them win because of the reason of the hustle. The defensive commitment and the rebounding commitment, and and the free throws and lack of turning the ball over too. Those teams are going to have the discipline, although they just don't have the shooting touch, which is a shame because if they did, they'd be an elite team. That's really what it comes down to. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. Next up will be Raptors and Grizzlies. Here we've got the Grizzlies 11.5, total 239. Pistons and the Kings with a lot of green, a lot of red on this one. So this looks like to be an injury game. Kings here 6, total 227.5. Jazz and Trailblazers. Blazers here laying 1.5, total 228. Let's take a look at the injuries here from these games. All right, we're going to be looking here at Toronto and Memphis here. We got Brown, Portal, and quickly out. Shade is questionable on the Memphis side. Huff, GG, Smart, Williams out there for Memphis. But they got a lot of guys in there for Memphis in this one. Portland and Utah. Collins and George questionable. Thibault out. Williams questionable. Banton probable for Portland. On the Detroit-Sacramento game, Holland, Stewart questionable. Duran now hits it as probable. Carter out for Sacramento. Sabonis probable in dark green. So it looks like he's likely to play there. So Sabonis, the one guy that hustles, only hustler there on the court. Well, I could say about Fox as well. But Sabonis will give you a lot of rebounding strength there. So there you go with the injuries there. Over to Rod.
Yeah, and you look at in these ones, you look at what the Raptors do. They definitely give up the points defensively. You look over their last 4 games. It's 3-1 to the over, where they've given up $139, $114, $122. And we know what Memphis is doing. They can hustle and score some points. They can easily cruise into the buck 30s. I like the over 239.5 here between the Raptors and Memphis. Both teams can hustle in this, and not a whole lot of defense played there. Give me the over 239.5 in that matchup. And the other one I like here, give me Detroit. Give me the Pistons plus the 6 going into Sacramento. You look what the Pistons have done all season long on the road as a dog of 6 or less. Well, they've covered that. They're 6-0 ATS on the road this season of being a dog of 6 or less. So give me the Pistons over Sacramento in that one. 2 I like there. Not touching Utah and Portland. That was all you.
That'll be mine. All right, that'll be mine. All right. Toronto and Memphis, give me over. The Eastern Conference has a tough time defending these Memphis Grizzlies because they're a tough team because they have a new look, right? Because of all the injuries last year. All they've done is they're 11-3 to the over Grizzlies against the East this year. And with Toronto, Toronto not the strongest defensive team, but they can shoot a little bit, right? They'll trade back and forth. I like the over. Also, too, Memphis at home playing at third fastest pace. The pace of play there very fast here for Memphis. I like the over there, Toronto, Memphis. Also here, what have we got in this slot? We've got the Pistons and Kings. Yeah, I'm going to take the Pistons here. The Kings have failed to cover 5 straight. De'Aaron Fox is not happy. The fans are not happy. The ex-announcers on the YouTube who got fired is just pounding the team. So a lot of anger right now in Colorado, but in Sacramento right now, I should say. And it's a lot to do with the defense. Nothing's changed. They're still not defending very well. They can't defend the 3-point line. The Pistons shooting the ball very well over their past 5 games, hitting 48% overall. Are these Detroit Pistons? And I'll look for them to cover this one as well. Utah and Portland. Well, listen, you got 2 teams that can't defend, but you got 1 team that can shoot and the other team that can't shoot. So give me the team that can shoot. That's Utah. So I'll take Utah. Utah the plus points because that's really comes down 2 bad defenses. One has a bad offense, the other one has an offense that can shoot a little. So I'll look at Utah there plus the 1.5 against the Portland Trailblazers. All right, we got you through the NBA. Line has moved. Let's see, it has. It's opened to 3 and come down to 1.5. So yeah, there's been money. Well, it really comes down to that, right? Is one team can shoot, the other can't, and both can't play defense.
The other can't. Right? Yeah. I was like, I pass on that one.
Yeah, right on the old pass there. Yeah, I can't even trust the total because I can't trust Portland to get points if they make a shot.
To get enough points, right?
I want to play the over because Utah's been money on the over. Utah's been money on the road to the over, but I just can't get there with Portland.
Because they won't help you with the heavy lifting, right? And then you'll fall short. You're like, So the side there is Utah. You're making a Utah bet here today.
Yeah, Utah making a move here on that spot. All right, we got you through the NBA. I'm going to say there's no college hoops, there's no NHL until tomorrow. So we're done here with the sports coverage. We got the parlays coming up, and then we'll let you know what we got for sale. So, Rod, what you got for us here in the parlay peripheral segment?
Now, for me in the section here, we're going to take the Pacers plus the points. We're going to take the Wizards plus the points, and we'll take the Bulls plus the points. 3 dogs early to kick off the NBA slate. Love them all.
Dogs from Rod. Yeah, I'm going to give you the over in Arkansas State and Bowling Green. Also, I like in the NBA that'll be paired up with the Pacers plus and over in the Raptors and Grizzlies. Look for some track meets there and that one. All right, we got you through the parlay segment. So let's see what we got for sale over at TonySpicks.com as we're heading into a big weekend of action. Lots of NFL, all the sports being action back tomorrow. Today we got enough on the board to bet because we got the NFL game. We've got the Bulls as well. Rod enjoying a great year over at Tony Spicks. You can see the numbers documented, 1,522 units. What do you got for sale over at Tony Spicks?
And over at Tony Spicks today, I've got my NBA drop a dime play available over there. I've got to play in the NFL action, and I've got to play in the bowl game. So 3 plays over there going today. Definitely head on over, scoop it up, sweep the board on those 3. I absolutely love those 3 bets today to crush the bookie on this boxing day. So definitely let's box the bookie. Snot out of them. Head on over, hit the link in the description, and I'll get you right on over to TonySpicks.com, and you can check out what we got going there. Check out the 2-for-1 Capper promotional as well. Pair me up with Tony and even double your money and putting it into your pocket, me and Tony. Don't forget to use pick at checkout. Save 15% off all your purchases over at TonySpicks.com. hit the link in the description, hand it over. Join me and Tony today, and let's crush the books together.
All right, guys. Yeah, we're right over at Tony's Pick. Great year here. You can see over 1,500 units of profit, all documented over at Tony's Picks. I've got best bet on the board right now from the NFL. Having a great year in the NFL. Also, a multi-pack to you in hoops. So get on board with my multi-package as well as my individual, or get my long-term pass. I know you guys love that 7-day pass here early in the week, or not later in the week now. We got a lot of early as far as NFL. We saw 14 games on the board from the NFL, college football bowls. We'll dip into some playoff action as well in the college football, NBA and more. 7-day pass perk when you get on board, and you can match you up with Rod on the 2-for-1. Get the 7-day pass, make it a great value there. And remember, the promo code Tony at checkout will save you that 15% off. Link in the description to Tony'sPicks.com. Go ahead and get signed up. All right. We got you covered here on the 26 Morning Show. We're back again tomorrow. We're here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time with the 26 Morning Show. Ever miss a show? It archives on our YouTube channel. Just go to the YouTube channel over the live tab. You'll be able to watch the show and repeat. If you need help with the later games, you can watch it again. It's always available on the archive on the live tab. Lots of on-demand content. We got videos and more up on the channel. I've got my videos going to be going to get my NBA uploaded right after the show. So we'll get that done. We got as well a lot of article content up there from our cappers and more. And of course, Rod, what's your plans for the Tony Speaks YouTube channel for the rest of the week?
Rest of the week, hey, hockey's back. So I've already started deep diving into tomorrow's 8-game slate on the ice. So definitely be on the lookout for those videos coming for the NHL coming back shortly. Me and Ron will be shooting those the next round of the playoffs in college football. Be on the lookout for that. I'll see if Tony's going to join us this time. I'm not sure. We just kind of impromptu did it last time. So we'll see if Tony joins us for the college playoff type show. Coming soon, so be on the lookout for it. Those are about 5 days away before we kick off New Year's playoff round 2 and the college football action.
There's I think there's one New Year's Eve, and then the rest of the 3 I think on New Year's Day.
That's how, correct. One on New Year's Eve, and then the 3 other day. I believe it's the Notre Dame game. Is the New Year's Eve game?
I wasn't quite sure. I know the Georgia game is like the primetime one on Saturday night. I think it was, maybe not. Let's see here. I didn't look at. I don't know. For me, college football is just one day because of all these opt-outs and stuff. It's like my college football is like the NFL. I handicap the night before. it's kind of what I do with the NFL. It's what I do with no early games, no look ahead, none of that anymore. Not in college football. You just with the opt-outs and all the stuff with the trans and. Opt-outs, transfers, and some opt-outs are playing because they're not good enough. I don't want to say good enough, but they don't play for a good enough conference to opt out. People they need tape on some of the smaller conference teams against good competition, right? So they can't. That's why we don't see the opt-outs with these CSUSA, Sun Belts, MAC teams. Those guys have to play because we need tape on you guys. You haven't played anybody.
We need some tape. Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of some guys come in and you're like, who is that guy? Like you could see in the Pitt game, as you said, redshirt freshman throwing the ball. Oof, he threw 7 passes. Ooh, sometimes that doesn't turn out so good. But I've seen it go the other way, too.
Yeah.
In bowl games where you see that all of a sudden this red shirt freshman comes out of nowhere and he just he has a gem of a game and makes a name for himself. So it can go either way.
That was Miller Moss with USC last year, right? He had
USC, he came in and
Williams
it was like just beast. It's like it happens sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. And also the motive for some of these young guys, hey, 2025 starts today. Right? It starts today.
Yeah, it's a new season. Yeah, exactly. So that's some of these motivation in these bowl games for teams are amazing. It's like look at the Army bowl game. Jesus. That line opened at what? They're 12, 13?
Yeah.
And it's skyrocketing. It's up to 17 in spots now. I'm seeing this thing. I'm like, everybody's dog is on Army because it's just like they're going to.
La Tech, because the La Tech got in, right? Because that was a Marshall game, right? Marshall opted out. Marshall opted out.
Yeah, we know what they're like. La Tech on the road. Ooh, I'm not betting your money on that one either. No chance.
They're the only losing team.
Awful. Yeah, they've been awful on the road.
I give them credit. I give them credit for opting into the game because they kept the ball.
And their last game, I seen them on the road, and they burnt me because I was like totally fading them on the road, and I believe they got a win outright against somebody on the road. I have to dig, but 17 is now a lot of points in that one. But it's Penn State and Boise kicking it off on New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, okay.
The playoffs. Penn State, Boise kick it off on New Year's Eve, and then we get the 3 day games.
I know the Rose Bowl. That Rose Bowl is something. Ohio State and Oregon. That'll be. That's
It's just. I haven't dug it, but is the Kings doing an outdoor game or something? They're the solo New Year's Eve day game.
I didn't see it. I did not see it. I don't know. I thought the New Year's Day. I thought New Year's Day was it? I mean, maybe not sure.
Was an outdoor one. That's what I thought. But it's in LA, so it's LA, New Jersey is the only lone solo NHL game that day. So
wow, New Year's Eve. Oh, I don't know.
No, New Year's Day. New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
Usually NHL does the New Year's Day game, and it's usually outdoors. They put it in like in Wrigley, or they put it in Boston. They did one in the Mets field as well. So usually that's what you get. But I see it's in New Jersey and the Kings, and I'm like, you said it was a seasonally warm there. So well, they play at Dodger Stadium, but Dodger Stadium's going through a full renovation. There's no way they can play over there. They can't play back there. No,
they're done full.
It says crypto.com, so I don't know. Maybe they're just going to play it.
They're going to play it inside.
Inside,
yeah. They might move it. They might move it to a weekend game. I thought they were going to do a weekend game, some around that New Year's time. They were going to do a weekend. I know there's an outdoor game somewhere because I saw it televised, but maybe it's going to be a New Year's weekend game somewhere in a cold city.
Yeah, because I always thought it was New Year's Day games, and it was the only one singled. And I'm looking, and I'm going, New Jersey.
Well, let's just hit outdoor. Let's see outdoor. Let's see what the outdoor NHL is here, right? Outdoor NHL 2025. Where is this going to be here? NHL Classic. What do we got here? Let's see here. Did the Kraken play last year or this year? They played last year, right? Last year, right? Like, I don't think there's one scheduled this year.
Chicago, Wrigley Field, hosting the Blues on the 2005 Winter Classic is an upcoming outdoor game. December 31st. So it'll be New Year's Eve this year. Yep. So coming up New Year's Eve, it'll be the Blackhawks taking on the Blues. Will be the this year's Winter Classic.
Tickets starting as low as $1,400. So there you go.
Did you see tickets starting at $1,400 in Wrigley? Holy man!
Wow.
Yeah, there it is. It's in,
here we go. We just got an injury update. Here we go. Updated on my screen. Quarterback Lynch expected to start, so it'll be the number 3 quarterback for Pittsburgh to start. That just came across my live line service right now. So let's see what's going on with this line. If still 7, they probably figured it was going to be Lynch, but Lynch, the third string guy, gets to start for the Panthers. That just came across right now. My injury over my line service. So Lynch to start for Pittsburgh.
They kind of figured they were late in that he was going to play this game, but I don't think he's 100%. We'll see how that goes. One big hit, you never know.
So Lynch to start, the Holstein out here in this one. All right, that's going to do it here, guys. Make sure you tune in to get tomorrow live 9:30 a.m. East time. We'll do it all over again. More college football bowls, NBA, and more hockey back, college basketball back. So we'll do it. Anything you have to say in close before we go, Rod?
Hey, definitely have yourself a good day. I hope everybody had themselves a wonderful Christmas and enjoyed it with family, enjoyed the big feast, all that good stuff. Let's get some more winners today.
Get some winners. All right, hey, that's going to do it. We're going to wake up. Bye, guys. You guys make it a winning night and day. We're back tomorrow here on the 26 Morning Show.